ladies and gentlemen, I'm meadsy69. Welcome back to the channel, and today we've got another OP replay. This time it is with a bit of a commentary. Yes, I mean, some of these OP replays I've been putting on. I mean, I posted one earlier with the whatever tank it was, the M60. And some of these games just look absolutely stupid, like too easy. Absolutely too easy. And I'm watching some of these games thinking, you know what, this is newbie matchmaking. This has to be newbie matchmaking, but yep, it's not. And I think we've just got to learn to live with this now, because I feel that the EU server is now basically the RU server. And I'm not just saying, I know I did a video before where there's a lot of Russian talking people, and I know Fugit done a video saying it's not just Russians, you know, it's there's people that are the same kind of language, you know, there's Ukrainian, there's other languages that look similar to Russian, but it's not Russian. However, I never said really about the Russians. I basically said it was the RU server, not just the Russian server, or the Russian people, shall I say. And to be honest, it is more and more. And with the game, the play style now of the EU server, it really has. The EU server really has become the RU server. And I'm not just talking about how many people, I mean, there is a lot of people now playing on the EU server, like loads of people, because most of the RU server people did come to the EU server. A few might have gone to other servers, a few might have stopped on the RU server to play with on obviously the game creators or whoever they are, but yeah, most people have actually come across to the EU server, and that has put a bit of a big dip in the playstyle. But not only that, there's a few things that is kind of bothering me. It's not just the game style, the gameplay. Again, we will adapt to this, and we've got to get used to the gameplay. And the more and more replays that I see, the worse the gameplay is. And some of these replays, like, it is just too, it looks, I mean, I've never done this much damage, but it looks too easy. It really does look too easy for these guys to get this much damage. But the only really thing that really bothers me is Wargaming at the moment are doing the ratings battles for YouTubers. However, before, we've always had these rating battles where we just got to get to a certain ratings, we've got to stream 5 times, and then if you do that, you get to have a giveaway, and the giveaway you get is a 1 tank for every 1,000 subscribers that you have. So for me, basically, if I get to 4,500 rating, which I've already got, I get 63 tier 7 tanks to give away. But if I get to 5,500 rating, I get to give away 63 tier 8 tanks. But what Wargaming are doing this year is they're doing it as like a competition. So the first 2 or the 2 highest rating people get to go on and to round 2, where they'll then get more giveaways if they win. So if they win the whole competition, they get better giveaways like tier 10 and tier 9 tanks to give away. But my problem now is, because EU server is basically the RU server, is now the EU YouTubers. So obviously there are a few big EU YouTubers. You've got Whatblitz Joe, obviously Droodles, Pantooth, you know, the old people, the people that have been here a while. But now we are not the biggest EU YouTubers, because the RU YouTubers have come along to the EU. So now, even though they're Russian-speaking people, they're from the RU server, they're not doing anything wrong. Like, it's not their fault. And I'm not putting like any blame on them. But again, the problem is now we've got so many RU YouTubers that have come across and now officially play on EU. So when it comes down to these kind of competitions, it is not as easy as it once was. So basically, this time last year, there was only a couple of YouTubers that per server. So if you get people to say like Droodles, he would have probably been one of the only NA YouTubers to enter this tournament, which means he would have probably won it for the NA server, and he could probably still win it for this year because there's not that many NA YouTubers. However, this year we've got EU YouTubers that have over 120,000 subs. So all the people that have entered this ratings battle competition are mostly from the RU server. So that means we got no hope. And this is YouTubers that do YouTube for a job, like all the big Russian YouTubers that do YouTube for a job, and they just play Blitz. So we've got no hope. We've got no hope at all. So all these kind of YouTubing competitions, don't expect any English speaker to win these competitions now. And that's, for me, the only downfall that I have with this new EU server. Let me know what you think of this, the new migration with all the people from the RU server coming over. Again, as a majority, I don't mind. I don't. It doesn't affect me so much that all these RU people are coming over to the EU. You know, it actually is overall is a good thing. It brings a bigger player base to the EU server. You're not going to have the waiting time in queue for as long. And again, you're going to get it's a mixed. So you're going to get the skilled players, but you're also going to get the not so skilled players. So I think it's something that we just have to adapt to. And honestly, I know we always got the trolls, the people in chat that are raging, which most of the time is in English. I'm afraid we've just got to get used to now. Most of the time it's going to be in Russian or whatever language has come from the RU server. And almost every single battle I have, it is some kind of maybe Russian or Ukrainian people that are raging, like really, really raging. It's every single battle. I don't know if it's going to cause a problem in the long run, but I'd love to know your opinion. Like, I know I did a video on it before, but now it's been going for a month or so. What is your opinion on this matter? Is it a good thing that all the people from the RU server, or mostly, have come over to the EU server? Is it a bad thing? Or is it a good thing that we're just going to have to deal with? We're just going to have to suck up. We're going to have to maybe change our game style, our play style to fit this of the old RU server. But nice game here in the Kampfpanzer 50T. Didn't even speak about the game, but it is something that I feel needed to be addressed. Yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Is it a good thing with all these people, or is it going to be one hell of a mess? Let me know in the comments below. But for now, hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm Meadsy, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye-bye. With